Hey everyone, for those of you who are new here, my name is Jim or Dimitri, which is the same thing. The English translation is Jim or Jimmy. And I want to use this video to tell you Happy New Year and give you a proper update on what I'm working on over the past year, what's changing, and the direction that we have going forward. This is not a sales pitch. This is me. Instead of explain each one of the people that a lot of you have followed me on Twitter and on Telegram and on Discord, especially if you are in the prop firm game, probably you know me. And instead of explaining on each one of you, I decide to shoot a video. It's better. So the last year for me was less about posting and it was more about building, especially with AI. Nowadays stuff evolving fast, so someone need to use AI to his advantage, at least in my opinion. Okay, now over the past year, my focus shifted away from short-term results and it was more about building something that can actually last. If you are, I saw a lot of things changing at the end of 2024 and on 2025, especially with the prop firms. That a lot of those deny payouts to everybody simply because they didn't have more losing customers, so they didn't have the money, and that means that spending a lot of time on things that most people never see: risk frameworks, execution, infrastructure, system, many things, databases that I needed to build, because I didn't want another trading project. I wanted to have something that is legitimate, have a proper structure, and be here for the long run. I wanted something that treats trading as a capital allocation, which is what the funds and hedge funds do. Okay, and inspired by the best, which one of those is Warren Buffett. Few days ago he stepped down from his own fund, and I want to build something similar that will be here for decades. Okay, and that work resulted in the creation of my own fund called Aeronra, which essentially is a new something to give the ability. I want to be very precise with the words that I'm saying here. It's something to give the ability to a retail trader to get involved on a big level, let's say like that, because not everyone knows how to get access into a hedge fund, okay, and have a manager. And I mean, most of the people that I have talked, they think even the big guys, for example, basketball players, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. I mean, Warren Buffett is an exception. That they take the decision, while the reality is that they're even Mr. Beast. The fund, they allocate money into a fund, and the managers take the decision, assuming they have a risk profile on the business that they will go and invest. Okay. Now, what is Aeronra? Aeronra is a capital allocation platform. and it has one core idea, which is protect capital first. This is the number one rule of trading, no matter what everybody else says. Okay, the number one trading rule is to protect your money first and then look to increase them. Okay, every influencer, they say it differently, and they say they got it wrong. That's why we have a blind leading the blind syndrome in this business. So the core idea is protect capital first, compound second. This is every trader, this is the number one rule that he needs to follow. Okay, let me tell you what it's not, which is not a signal service. It's not a copy trading account. That copy trading account is, most of the brokers, they give that option to the people inside in the brokerage, that they have account in that broker. It's not a get rich quick. Okay, now let me actually expand a little bit on those, which is signal service and copy trading. The manager make the money through subscriptions. Okay, the user almost never make money. If he try to copy manually, he can't. He lose a lot. If he try to do it with a copy service, the problem is he won't stay true to the parameters. He will try to close manually, he will try to take multiple signals from different people. He will try to take his own signals and his own trading stuff. Also, he's bound to the capital that he have. This is a very big thing, okay, especially if you have smaller capital. So 99% of the time he will lose. I trading for 14 years. 14 years trading. Not influencer, not, do this professionally and making money for myself. I have never seen someone to be consistent, profitable through copy trading, while the other person that sells the signal, he makes money. Let's actually give you an example. Let's say someone have copy trading, and let's say he have 1 million people, and one person, each person of those, they have $1 in their account. Even though that person give signals, and altogether they have $1 million, each one separate, they have $1, so they don't have enough room to go, so they are bound to lose. Imagine yourself putting in one account $1. How far you think you will go? Not that far. Okay, 100% of the time you will lose that dollar before even you give that dollar a chance to become $2. Okay, that's why with copy trading, because all the money are allocated on each account that each user have separately, rather to pool all the funds in one account. This is very different, because if you pool all the accounts, 1 million people put $1 in one account, now that account have $1 million. Now you have room. You could say, okay, let me put 20% here, 30% there, let me take those trades, let me do that move, let me secure some partials, let me have a strategy about long term and a strategy about short term. You have room to do that. With $1, you don't have. That's why I built Aeronra, because if I sell a signal, I will make the money through subscriptions, and you guys are bound. One guy might put 10,000 and another guy might have $500 and another guy might have 250,000. It's totally different for each one, but if all the money are pooled in one account, this gives us a lot of leverage. Okay, so that's essentially what it is. And from the operational point of view, Aeronra runs a hybrid structure, which means the core of the operational is discretionary. I take the trades, I manage the capital, and this is where experience, selectivity, compound, and all the qualities of a trader come to place. I'm not gonna share my strategy on this video. You can go in YouTube and watch me pass challenges one by one, become number one trader in one prop firm with more than 130 payouts in one account, in one prop firm, with the account being held more than 100 days more than the second best guy, which this is an achievement on its own. Okay, now 100 days, just for reference, is more than 3 months. Not having that, most of you cannot, pass the challenge. You cannot keep the account for more than a few days. You cannot even pass a challenge because they are designed to be hard in the first place. But let alone to keep the account more than 3 months, more than the second best. This shows consistency, which is an achievement on its own. But not having the account and the account be inactive, the account to hit the number one spot in most payouts, which means not only I kept the account, but I got the most payouts, 130 payouts. Most of you haven't got in 1 year in one account. Most of you have not get that type of that amount of payouts collectively under every firm and under all the accounts. And on top of that, on this high 6-figure earning from that account alone, number one. So we have number one of the most payouts, number one of the highest earner in the payout, which means I make 130 payouts and I made, let's say, 130,000. Okay, on that account alone. And the account was more live, more active, okay, than more than 3.5 months than the second best, not than the average, than the second best, which means I know what I'm doing, and I do that for 14 years. I also have bankrupt 2 prop firms, and you guys have seen some stuff that I have shown to you. I have trade live. You can go and watch that. Actually, I will post one big day that I had connected through multiple accounts just to see it. Probably you will see it now. And yeah, let's continue. Now, as I said, I am the manager, so I manage it. I manage the entire fund. And alongside that, if you know, over the past year, I built several tools for internal use, which means I don't build a tool just to sell it to someone and make money through the sale. I build tools and systems and stuff that I personally use, and I put them in my business. So I have built another 3 tools that they use purely mechanical strategies, developed everything in house, and those strategies are different each other in order to diversify the risk and increase my exposure across different markets. And the thing is that everything that I do from the 3 different systems that I have created, plus the one that I do manually, everything have a predefined risk and hard stop loss, which means we don't do martingale, we don't do averaging down, we don't increase the risk in order to recover losses. Okay, a lot of people, especially Indians, Pakistans, they don't want to take a loss, so they don't put a stop loss. It's a stupid concept on its own. But on top of that, many people, what they do is, as the trade goes against them, they take another trade with bigger risk. So they say, oh, if the trade move into my direction a little bit, I will close everything with profit. On paper it can work, but in reality, even to do that, you need huge capital, because you will win 300 times. One time you will lose, and you will lose all the capital, because effectively all the capital is on the line. All of it. It's not a matter of, oh, I might win 300 times and I won't lose everything on that one time, or it might be one time of, out of many trades. No, with martingale and averaging, as the trade goes against you, you will always bound to lose. Always, unless you have big capital and not use leverage. On trading it doesn't work. It will only work if you do buying shares and be in a company with 10-15 years and the intention behind is to keep buying shares no matter the price. For example, let's say Facebook, they have $100 a share, you buy 1,000 shares, then let's say it have a bad quarter, the share goes to $50, you buy again 1,000 shares. Let's say the share now price goes to $150, you don't sell the shares, you buy more again, 1,000 shares. Let's say the price goes to 300, you buy 1,000 shares again, the price goes back to $120, you buy again 1,000 shares, and you keep the company for years to develop, and you don't take the profits, and you let the money to compound effectively. Okay, but on trading you cannot do this. Okay, especially on high leverage account. Okay, so with my system and what I'm doing on my own strategy, which I achieved 10, 20 and 50R. I know it sounds crazy, but you don't know what you don't know. And also on the 3 different systems that I have built, everything have stop loss in place. Losses are designed to stay small. Wins are allowed to give time to develop, which means it's about the stop loss, how you scale out a trade. I mean, 99.9% of you that you do trading, actually what you do is when you lose, okay, you lose let's say an amount. When you win, you lose big, you win small. You don't give enough room into your trade to move and develop and go into your direction. Not big stop loss, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the take profit. You don't give enough room to essentially capture most of the move that happen in the market. Essentially most of the people, they lose more than what they make, even on winning systems. I mean, that's how it is, and it's sad. And because we have the blind leading the blind here, the influencers are part of the problem. But this is because they teach people how to make money by finding people to teach other people how to make money, and so on and so forth. And essentially they make money through selling, let's say, the training, not selling a course, not from the actual business and from actual trading. Okay. I mean, on another note, I need to say something very important, that in terms of compounding, compounding is not something that you force it. Okay, you don't compound by increasing the risk. You compound by staying alive long enough. Remember the first rule of trading, and let your probability to work out. Let's say you have a system with 30%, 70% win rate. The thing is that what does this mean actually? It means that out of 100 trades, 30 trades will lose, 70 trades will win. The problem is you don't know if those 30 losing trades will come early. Let's say the first 30 trades would be losers and the next 70 would be winners. You don't give enough room for the probability to and the numbers to work. And most of you, after you having 3/4 losing trades, you either increase the risk, or if you have a bad week or few bad weeks, you start saying, oh, what did I do wrong? What this happened? This shows to me that you don't have enough belief in your system in the first place. That's why you are a loser. Okay, that's how it is. Because most of you guys try to change system from time to time, and you don't even think about, okay, I have stagnate periods. Does this means my system doesn't work? No. If you have you backtest 10-20,000 trades to know, okay, 4,000 trades, 5,000 trades, 15,000 trades would be losers and 5,000 trades would be the winners. That's why I create Aeronra, because most people try to do something on their own, they can't. And there is no, I cannot replicate easily 14 years of experience. And I have spent an arm, a leg, a kidney, and a child buying from tool to tool to tool the first 4 years, plus the accounts that I blown, in order to understand, okay, the guys that selling stuff, okay, they don't make the money from what the thing does, they make the money from the sell. And start then, try to figure it out on my own. Most of you don't have 15 years and you don't have to go all that trouble. And most of the people, they cannot do it by themselves. Even the billionaires, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, even Mr. Beast, okay, they don't take the decisions about investing themselves. They have a team that analyze the risk, do profiling, and they say, okay, we will invest in land, we will invest in physical business, we will invest in retail, and allocate the money. Basketball players, if they try to do it themselves, 2 years after the basketball, they end up broke. You know, we see one guy saying, "Oh, you have 100 million. You know, that's not good enough to live off because you pay tax." I mean, you see some people, their mentality. While if you had a proper money guy that tell him how and where to invest and invest the money and live off the profits, he would be, you know, okay. That's about smart investing. Most of you, I mean, even the education, it's there are multiple problems into that, but I don't want to go into that. Okay, now who this is for and for who it isn't. Very, very important, because I want to be honest about who Aeronra is for, and for the people that it's not for them. Okay, and by the way, sorry about my bad English, and I haven't practiced them enough. It's broken English because English is my second language, and not many people here, you know, speak English or use it from day to day. So sorry about my bad grammars, and maybe some words doesn't make sense. As long as you understand the context, I'm good with that. Okay. Now for people, this is for people that, you know, understanding risk, understanding business, are comfortable with long-term thinking, because most of the people that I have crossed and I have, you know, talk, they want to become millionaires, actually billionaires today, if possible in this hour, even better this minute, even better this second. This is what they want. They don't understand that good things take time. For example, they talk, "Oh, Elon Musk this, Elon Musk that." You know, Elon Musk, he before create PayPal, he had the X, not the Twitter, and then go with PayPal. Then he voted out. Then he bought Tesla, and then Tesla, to build the product what it is today, it took him a decade, 15 years, and the first product actually sucked. And then the new cars, the SX and stuff like that, are the ones that make the company profitable. And then, you know, go and most of the people thinking that it's overnight success, while it is, you know, decades building into that. Most of people, they, and I'm not saying we try to make money in a decade, but we have a plan for short term and long term. Let me pause that because my kid came and this is the most important thing, and I will come back to you. Let's now talk about people this opportunity is not for. And this is not for people looking to have guarantee returns. If you're looking to have a gazillion dollars within the next minute, I'm sorry that I break to you, it's not gonna happen. If you're looking for chasing monthly consistency, again, nobody knows the future, and if you have an expectation about X amount of, you know, percentage per month, per week, per day, again, nobody knows the future. This is not for people that want full strategy or, let's say, trade by trade analysis. This is not a course. Warren Buffett didn't need to share his strategy, and investors loved him. Jim Simmons, the best hedge fund manager and the best hedge fund that existed, didn't need to share his strategy. Again, never had a losing year. So this is not a course, this is a fund. Okay. I want to make this video to be transparent, set expectations properly from the start, tell you about what I'm working on, and if this way of thinking resonates with you, you probably find value. If not, that's perfectly fine too. If you like this stuff, also you can subscribe on this video in order to get notified about whenever I shoot another video. Appreciate everyone who's followed the work so far, and more updates will come, as I said, when I have something meaningful to share. And without further ado, I hope to have an amazing 2026. The ones that will want to get involved in this, I will happy to see you inside, and let's have everybody an amazing and a productive year. Cheers.